O thou hast bowed thyself down in prayer before the kingdom of God, blessed art thou, for the beauty of the divine countenance hath enraptured thy heart, and the light of inner wisdom hath filled it full, and within it shineth the brightness of the kingdom. Know thou that God is with thee under all conditions, and that he guardeth thee from the changes and chances of this world, and hath made thee a handmaid in his mighty vineyard. As to thy respected husband, it is incumbent upon thee to treat him with great kindness, to consider his wishes, and be conciliatory with him at all times, till he seeth that because thou hast directed thyself toward the kingdom of God, thy tenderness for him and thy love for God have but increased, as well as thy concern for his wishes, under all conditions. I beg of the Almighty to keep thee firmly established in his love, and ever shedding abroad the sweet breaths of holiness in all those regions. O ye two believers in God, the Lord, peerless is he, hath made woman and man to abide with each other in the closest companionship, and to be even as a single soul. They are two helpmates, two intimate friends who should be concerned about the welfare of each other. If they live thus, they will pass through this world with perfect contentment, bliss, and peace of heart, and become the object of divine grace and favor in the kingdom of heaven. But if they do other than this, they will live out their lives in great bitterness, longing at every moment for death, and will be shamefaced in the heavenly realm. Strive then to abide heart and soul with each other as two doves in the nest, for this is to be blessed in both worlds. O thou maidservant of God, every woman who becometh the maidservant of God outshineth in glory the empresses of the world, for she is related to God, and her sovereignty is everlasting, whereas a handful of dust will obliterate the name and fame of those empresses. In other words, as soon as they go down to the grave, they are reduced to naught. The maidservants of God's kingdom, on the other hand, enjoy eternal sovereignty, unaffected by the passing of ages and generations. Consider how many empresses have come and gone since the time of Christ. Each was the ruler of a country, but now all trace and name of them is lost. While Mary Magdalene, who was only a peasant and a maid-servant of God, still shineth from the horizon of everlasting glory. Strive thou, therefore, to remain the maid-servant of God. Thou hast praised the convention. This convention shall acquire great importance in future, for it is serving the divine kingdom and the world of mankind. It promulgateth universal peace, and layeth the basis of the oneness of mankind. It freeth the souls from religious, racial, and worldly prejudices, and gathereth them under the shade of the one-colored pavilion of God. Praise thou God, therefore, that thou hast attended such a convention, and hast listened to the divine teachings. O handmaids of the beauty of Abdu'l-Baha, your letter hath come, and its perusal brought great joy. Praise be God. The women believers have organized meetings where they will learn how to teach the faith, will spread the sweet savors of the teachings, and make plans for training the children. This gathering must be completely spiritual. That is, the discussions must be confined to marshalling clear and conclusive proofs that the Son of Truth hath indeed arisen. And further, those present should concern themselves with every means of training the girl children, with teaching the various branches of knowledge, good behavior, a proper way of life, the cultivation of a good character, chastity and constancy, perseverance, strength, determination, firmness of purpose, with household management, the education of children, and whatever especially applieth to the needs of girls, to the end that these girls, reared in the stronghold of all perfections, and with the protection of a goodly character, will, when they themselves become mothers, bring up their children from earliest infancy to have a good character and conduct themselves well. Let them also study whatever will nurture the health of the body and its physical soundness, and how to guard their children from disease. When matters are thus well arranged, every child will become a peerless plant in the gardens of the Abha paradise. O handmaids of the Lord, the spiritual assemblage that ye established in that illumined city is most propitious. Ye have made great strides, ye have surpassed the others, have arisen to serve the holy threshold, and have won heavenly bestowals. Now, with all spiritual zeal must ye gather in that enlightened assemblage, and recite the holy writings, and engage in remembering the Lord. Set ye forth his arguments and proofs. Work ye for the guidance of the women in that land. Teach the young girls and the children, so that the mothers may educate the little ones from their earliest days. Thoroughly train them, rear them to have a goodly character and good morals. Guide them to all the virtues of humankind. Prevent the development of any behavior that would be worthy of blame, and foster them in the embrace of Baha'i education. Thus shall these tender infants be nurtured at the breast of the knowledge of God and his love. Thus shall they grow and flourish, and be taught righteousness and the dignity of humankind, resolution and the will to strive and to endure. Thus shall they learn perseverance in all things, the will to advance, high-mindedness and high resolve, chastity and purity of life. Thus shall they be enabled to carry to a successful conclusion whatsoever they undertake. Let the mothers consider that whatever concerneth the education of children is of the first importance. Let them put forth every effort in this regard, for when the bough is green and tender, it will grow in whatever way ye train it. Therefore is it incumbent upon the mothers to rear their little ones, even as a gardener tendeth his young plants. Let them strive by day and by night to establish within their children faith and certitude, the fear of God, the love of the beloved of the worlds, and all good qualities and traits. Whensoever a mother seeth that her child hath done well, let her praise and applaud him and cheer his heart. And if the slightest undesirable trait should manifest itself, let her counsel the child and punish him, and use means based on reason, even a slight verbal chastisement should this be necessary. It is not, however, permissible to strike a child or vilify him, for the child's character will be totally perverted if he be subjected to blows of verbal abuse.